BBC News erupted into heated drama when presenter Christian Fraser was unexpectedly confronted live on air by Lord George Foulkes. The Labour peer accused the broadcaster of showing clear bias in its coverage of Angela Rayner's sacking, while treating Reform UK leader Nigel Farage with kid gloves. The exchange began when Lord Foulkes accused the BBC of failing to uphold its charter obligations. He fumed, "You really need to be looking at fulfilling your charter and giving equal coverage, equal challenge and equal questioning to people like Nigel Farage, as you're doing to people in the Labour Party." Fraser, clearly taken aback, tried to maintain control. "Well, you are on the show at the moment, so let me question you about the future of the party," he began, before being sharply cut off. Lord Foulkes shot back, accusing the broadcaster of hounding out Rayner. "You all seem very happy that you've forced out a very able minister, led by the right-wing press but sadly supported by the BBC." Fraser defended the coverage, citing the independent investigation led by Sir Laurie Magnus into Rayner's alleged breach of the ministerial code. "The facts were established," Fraser said. After this intensive public scrutiny, he concluded she was in breach of the ministerial code. "Without that scrutiny, she wouldn't have come clean," Foulkes countered, "and you were part of that intensive public scrutiny." But he also said she acted with integrity. "Can I remind you that Priti Patel, Liz Truss, Robert Jenrick and Boris Johnson all broke the ministerial code? How many of those resigned as a result?" The fiery clash escalated as Fraser pushed back. "When they did," Rayner herself said, "it is one rule for the rest of them and one rule for us. Has Labour not hounded out politicians for indiscretions before?" But Foulkes was relentless. "No, you're only talking about what Labour people do wrong." This was ferreted out by the Daily Telegraph. "Why don't you apply the same scrutiny to others?" Fraser insisted the BBC did. As the exchange grew more heated, Fraser tried to steer the conversation back. "Mr. Foulkes, I know you would prefer us not to talk about Angela Rayner. I'm very happy to engage with you on Nigel Farage, but I want to talk about Angela Rayner. That's why you're here." Foulkes fired back with a brutal rebuke. "The BBC really needs to be looked at. You need to consider whether you are treating parties fairly. You give prominence again and again to Farage, covering his press conferences. He is just a snake oil salesman." Attempting to close down the confrontation, Fraser replied coolly, "We get the same message on the hard right as well." The clash has since sparked fierce debate online, with some accusing the BBC of leaning too heavily on right-wing narratives, while others argue that Labour figures like Rayner have been treated fairly. What remains undeniable is that the row, broadcast in real time, has amplified existing tensions over media impartiality at a critical moment in British politics.